Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be stuffing $550 into my cash envelopes and saving envelopes. And after that, I'm also going to be going through my savings envelopes and going through each envelope and deciding what amount I'm going to deposit into the bank and taking that money out and swapping out some bills as well. So this is going to be a bit of a longer video, so we're going to relax and get cozy. So we are going to be stuffing 150, 250, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 500, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. Alright, you guys, so let's get into stuffing these envelopes. So for grocery, I do have some money left over. I'm actually going to put that to the side and put it in my savings envelope after. And these coins are going into my son's piggy bank. So grocery for this week is getting 140. So we have 120, 40, 140. Gas is getting $60. 50, 60. Right, so for home, I'm gonna put $60. So we have 50, 60. Pet, I have $10 already in here. I'm gonna leave that in there and I'm gonna put $50 in. So now I have 50, 60. And I did just want to say and have a little talk here that I started the cash envelope system like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember exactly, but I just had this little like file folder and I was just doing it like that. But then when the pandemic all hit and started, I kind of fell off of that a little bit. We weren't using cash. We had a lot of financial stress during that time. And so I kind of just stopped for a while, and I found that when I reintroduced the cash envelope system and like I made my envelopes all pretty and all of that, it actually gets me so excited to keep track of my finances, and it takes the stress off so much because I know that I'm accounting for every single dollar, and it just makes it really fun and relaxing. I enjoy this little relaxation time that I have for myself. It takes the stress off a ton, and it's just made money management a lot more fun and enjoyable. So beauty for this week, I'm not going to be putting anything in beauty. for baby, I'm gonna put $30 in. I still haven't gotten to the store yet. We're definitely gonna go this week to get my son a new pair of shoes for the spring, summertime, because he doesn't need to be wearing his winter boots anymore. So I think we will be good with this. So we have 50, 70, 80, 90, $90 for shoes for him. So miscellaneous for this week, this is just any expense that might come off, or if we want to get a little takeout or something. I'm gonna put just $20. So for Glow, you guys, I have the binders that are going to be available next week. It is these exact binders with 10 inserts inside, and you can choose whether you want me to customize it with font or not. I'll have more details on that next week, but for Glow, I'm gonna put $20. Now we have 100, 200, 325, $325. We're one off, so we do have 2 one-off expenses coming in the next week or so. I did one that I paid online. It was a payment for a certification, so I already paid that and did that all online. But we do have one more one-off payment, so I'm just gonna stuff $10 and we should be good for that. Now we have 100, 50, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 195. That should be good for that expense. Guys, I just realized I was missing an envelope. It was on my table and I haven't put in lavender cardstock paper in, so I'll have to do that later. But health, I'm gonna be giving $30 because I need to get some more omega-3 vitamins at the vitamin store. So put $30 in there. And that is everything for the cash envelopes. And now we are going to move on to savings envelopes. So for savings envelopes, I'm gonna be stuffing $130 into here, and I'm also gonna go through each envelope and decide if I want to deposit some of the money into the bank. Like I've mentioned before, I don't like to keep more than a few $100s in each envelope. So once it reaches a few hundred, I go ahead and deposit it into the bank, and I keep track of it on my in the bank tracker. I'm also going to be swapping out some bills in case I want to exchange some for bigger bills. So first we have property tax. I'm not going to be funding property tax this week, but I am going to be depositing some into the bank. So for property tax, I already have $500 in the bank. I believe we have an installment coming up in April, so this month, for property taxes. So once that installment gets paid, I'm going to be like redoing my property tax funding. So every time an installment gets paid, I have to refund it. So right now I have $500 in the bank specifically for property tax. And the reason I do this, say for instance I had a savings account that had $10,000 in it, then that way I know that $500 that is a part of that $10,000 is specifically for property tax. And so that's the reason that I keep track of it like this. Instead of having a million different savings accounts, I'm able to track it and record it like this so I don't get all confused. So we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 50, 70, 90, 600, 10, 20, 620 plus 500. So I'm just gonna deposit, $540 into the bank. That way I have $1,040. 2, 3, 4, 5. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 20, 40. So 540 I'm going to deposit into the bank. So I'm going to put that actually off to the side for now. So now left over we have 50, 60, 70, 80. And this will be starting to get funded for the next installment in the summer. I'm going to keep $80 in here. And then for my in the bank tracker, I'm going to put plus 540. That way I know I have 500 plus 540, so 1,040. Now I have my amount for property tax in the bank, good to go for when I need to make that next installment, which feels like a big relief. So for emergency fund, I'm gonna stuff $30. And I'm also gonna add this 20 that I took out that was left over. So we're gonna stuff $50 into emergency fund. So now we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 10, 60, 70, 80, 90, 190. Had to double check that. So 190, I am gonna swap out I don't have a 50. Okay, I'm gonna swap out 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I'm gonna swap out 50, 220s, and a 10 for a $100 bill. And then I will do 250s and a 10. Swap that with a 50. And 2 10s for a 20. So let's make sure we have the right amount. 150, 70, 90. $190 for emergency savings. Daycare, we're not going to be funding that this week. Car, I realized that we're going to have to swap out our winter tires like ASAP, and I wasn't even thinking of that before. So I'm going to add $50 for car because we're going to have to get that done soon. So I'm going to add 50. And now we have 50, 60, 70, 80, 85. I'll swap out 2 10s for a 20, 50, 70, 85. Birthday, I'm just going to fund $5. Said this before, every small amount counts. Those small amounts really will add up over time. So if you start funding it early on, you're gonna see that difference later on. So now we have 20, 40, 5. Actually just remembered I am gonna be swapping or depositing some of my daycare amount. So daycare in the bank right now I have 300 for daycare. And I'm gonna deposit some of this as well. So we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. We have $660 for daycare. I'm gonna deposit 600. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna put this off to the side to deposit. And I'm gonna record that I'm adding another 600 for daycare. So this way I know I'm going to be depositing 540 plus 600 into the bank. Just going to let this dry off for a second. And I am going to swap out some of these bills for daycare. So 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. go up though for a 50. Do I have a 50? I don't have a 50, so I'll do some 20s. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 20, 10, 20. So starting off now in daycare, we have 20, 40, 60. You guys, my camera cut. I didn't even realize it. So I've already stuffed the last few envelopes. So for clothes, I stuffed also. Now I have 120, 40. For holiday, I added $5. I have 10, 15. For home, I added 20. I take out my to the bank envelope and I get all of my money. And I'm going to be depositing it. So I have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1,000. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So $1,140 I will be bringing to the bank. So I go ahead and put this in my to the bank envelope. I bring it to the bank and I deposit, and I have my tracker so I know what amount is in which category. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed rest of your weekend.